deadly crash is raising questions tonight about police presence in highway work zones.
Call 6 Investigates has learned those red and blue lights are not required by law. Our Kara Kinney has been digging into this, and she joins us with why you don't often see police as you're driving through these construction zones. Kara.
That's right, Todd. Kenneth Dewerson Jr. and Cody Demas were killed May 9th of last year while picking up cones on I-69. The driver in that crash told us it wasn't entirely his fault because police left, leaving the area dark to drivers. Well, we checked into those claims as well as how the state decides whether to have a police officer at a work zone. Jordan Stafford says he's not entirely to blame for a May 9, 2014 crash that killed 2 highway construction workers.
There was no red and blue lights out there for anyone to see. There wasn't a single light lit up in the first place. You couldn't see anything. It was pitch black, and they're in the middle of the fast lane.
IOSHA documents obtained by Call 6 Investigates show Indiana State Police were scheduled for the I-69 work zone from 10 p.m. until 5 a.m. The deadly crash happened after that shift at 5:40 a.m. as Kenneth Dewerson Jr. and Cody Demas were picking up cones. State Police, the contractor, and the Indiana Department of Transportation all declined to comment about police staffing that morning. However, INDOT says police are typically stationed in projects with a lot of traffic and high speeds.
It's not required. We don't have law enforcement at each of our work zones, and in fact there's just not enough police to be able to do that or enough funding to be able to pay for it.
INDOT spends an average of $1.5 million a year on additional police presence in work zones. That covers about 50 sites a year. That's not counting patrols police do on their own.
Oftentimes law enforcement will patrol our work zones because that's the best place for them to be during their shift.
INDOT works with contractors and police to determine what times those officers should be out in the work zones, but it's usually nights and weekends.
There is a benefit to it, but it does not replace the work zone signage that the contractors must have in place as well.
The crash report shows Jordan Stafford disregarded a traffic control signal in the I-69 crash. The Marion County Prosecutor's Office is still reviewing the case to determine if criminal charges are warranted. I'm Call 6 investigator Kara Kinney.